Hello, Team Beauty Surge. I am Briana Sykes. I am a beauty guide on this team, and I wanted to basically talk to you guys a little bit about social media presence. This is something that I'm kind of passionate about, and I've been working a long time on this, and it gets me fired up to talk about it. So if you see like me getting really excited, that's why. I hope I'm in the right spot, to be honest. I wanted to talk about social media presence. So, let's see here. Gabby, tell me if I'm in the right spot. Let's see, who else is on here? I hope I'm in the right spot. Somebody tell me if I am. I'm pretty sure I am. But okay, anyways, I'm gonna go anyways, because either way, this is something that needs to be talked about. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about social media presence because it is super, super important, especially for new beauty guides. So make sure you're tagging your newbies here so that they kind of understand how to go about working their business on social media. Thanks, Sam. So I want you to ask yourself, what does your storefront look like? Your storefront is basically your Facebook page or anywhere that you choose to work your business on. Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it is. Some of the biggest mistakes that I see, and I'm going to go over mistakes first and then a way that we can turn it around and make it like a credible brand for yourself. Some of the biggest mistakes that I see are people's banners. And this is something that's really important because that's the first thing that people are going to see when they hop onto your page. So you need to ask yourself, is this banner something that's branding my company or is it branding myself? And some people don't even have a banner at all, which is kind of shocking. And that makes people think that you're a little bit spammy, like one of those people from Zimbabwe that are just randomly mass adding people. And I'll go into depth about this a little bit more. The next thing that I see that a lot of people do wrong is their profile picture. And for some reason, I don't know why. It's either unclear, you can't see the person's face, or it's too dark. And so you want your profile picture to say something like, this is me, here I am, come look at my page, come, let's be friends. That's what you want your profile picture to say. Is it a picture of you, or is it a picture of your pets, your kids, or scenery? Now, those types of things might seem like they're okay, but like I said, this is most people's first impression. And so when you are messaging somebody that is not friends with you on Facebook, that's the first thing that they're going to look at. So make sure that you have a really nice profile picture of yourself. And that's not to say that you can't have your kids in your profile picture, because I totally do. Just make sure that it's clear that this is your page. Another thing that you need to be aware of when you're looking for a profile picture is ask yourself when you're looking at it, are you happy, are you sad, or are you depressed? Bottom line is that you need to be smiling, because if you plan on recruiting and building a team, people want to work with happy people. So you need to be smiling and you need to be inviting. Pitching is another thing that I see people do a lot on Facebook. And so ask yourself, would you join you? If you were looking on the outside in, would you join you? Or is what you're doing, would it annoy you if you were to see that on the outside? The things that you're posting, would that be something that you find annoying from somebody else? If you do not provide some sort of value in your posts, people are going to think that it's a scam, and that's not what we want to do. So make sure that you are following the daily success formula that Ashley posted, because that is definitely going to help you not be a spammer. And I will actually post a cute little graphic that I made to help people who need the visual every single day. So if you are new and you don't normally post on Facebook, make sure that you choose like 2 to 3 of those daily success formula posts to do, and post those every single day so that you can get your algorithm up. Another thing that people overlook is the photos that are on your Facebook. If you were part of another company, I would definitely suggest removing those photos, just because you don't want to confuse people with which photo you're part of or which company you're a part of. Also, are your pictures of you constantly partying? That's something that you don't want to post unless maybe you're attracting college students, then maybe that's the route you want to go. But for most people, that's not what we're doing. You want to have a little bit of professionalism in your photos. So make sure you have photos of yourself attending events or team meetings or like behind the scenes stuff. Maybe you're organizing your desk or I don't know. I took a picture of my notes today. Make sure people are seeing the behind the scenes stuff, because no one's going to take you seriously unless you're working your business seriously and you're showing them that you're treating this like a job. Make sure that you're also posting pictures of yourself. People want to know you. This is like a reality show for people. They want to know the ins and outs of your life. They want to know what you had for dinner. They want to know that you went to the gym. They want to know that you had a crappy day. We'll talk about that in a second, but they want to know about you. So posts, when you're thinking of posts that you want to create, and you guys, if I'm going too fast, I'm so sorry, but if you have questions and I'm not elaborating on this well enough, make sure to post your questions in the comments and I'll go back and I'll elaborate some more. But for posts, when you are creating them, actually don't try, just do. Do not do the join my team posts. That is a big, big no-no. It's annoying, it's spammy, and it's just icky all around. Tagging people that are not in photos, for example, if there's a photo out there that says try my products for 30 days and you're mass tagging your entire friends list because you want your entire friends list to try your product for 30 days, that's a big no-no. And actually Facebook hates that. They're going to consider you a spammer if that's something that you do. And let's not do the I'm looking for 3 girls to join my team. Because let's be honest, there is enough room for all of us, right? We don't need 3 girls. We are not limiting ourselves to 3 girls and banking on those 3 girls to grow our team and grow our businesses. There's enough room for all of us. So let's avoid those posts also. If you are constantly pitching and do not take the time to build a relationship with your network, people are going to know what you're about right away. It's kind of like giving away the end of the movie before actually talking to them. So let's not do that either. Let's concentrate on building relationships with our friends, making sure that you're asking them questions and making sure that this is a good match for them and a good match for you, because we don't want to work with people who, this might not be for. Also, you want to post images, and here you kind of want to find a balance, because if you're not posting a lot of images and your page is a lot of text, your page is going to look really, really boring. But on the other hand, if you're only posting images all the time, it looks a little overwhelming. So you got to find the balance there and do a mix of both. Make sure that you're doing the lifestyle posts, the gym. Like my daughter gets into my makeup all the time. So I make sure to post photos of my daughter with my makeup on her face, because lifestyle, people think that that's funny, right? Another thing that we either want to avoid altogether or make sure it's done in a classy way are negative posts. Negative posts are a science, and so what you want to do is, the reason it's a science is because you want your page to be a little bit edgy, and that's kind of how you get yourself to stand out a little bit. Now, I'm not saying talk about like how crappy your day was, or how much you hate your 9-to-5 job, anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, if like for me, I'm passionate about network marketing. That's what gets me fired up. Like training, this is what gets me fired up. So I do a lot of posts on my page that are like, who here loves to be cold messaged? Raise your hand. That is me like being negative, but like trying to put a positive spin on it and train other network marketers to stop cold messaging, because that's something that I'm really passionate about. I hate cold messages. So find whatever it is that you could put a positive spin on. And if you can't put a positive spin on it, then just avoid it altogether. Let's see. We do not want to bash other companies. Never, ever, ever. We got to stay classy, and let's not do that. So to sum this up, before we move on to the second portion of this video, if you bash in any way, shape, or form, if you're tagging people who are not in the video, if you are constantly pitching, if you don't have images and you don't have lifestyle on your page, if you're negative or if you're spammy, you are going to attract the wrong types of people into your business. So what do we want to do to brand the right type, or to brand yourself and to attract the right type of people into your business? The right type of people are leaders, they are workers, they are people who are passionate about what we are doing. So how do we turn these big no-nos into a credible brand? You need to find exactly what your brand is. And that is basically everything that sums you up as a person. If you like to go to the gym and you like to work out, that's part of your brand. If you like wine, that's part of your brand. For me, my brand is I am a stay-at-home mom of 2 and I'm a military wife. I'm learning to love myself again and step out of my comfort zone, and I'm encouraging other women to do the same thing. That's my brand. So I make sure that I post about those things every single day. Every single day. The other thing that you want to think about is creating an avatar. And so I think this might be new to you guys. I don't know. I'm kind of new here also. But an avatar is basically creating your ideal customer or your ideal business partner. So let's say, for example, your ideal, you want to be really specific. So let's say your ideal business partner is somebody who makes, 75 grand a month. They work out every single day. They're a mom of 2, and I don't know, they love makeup. You got to get really, really specific. And what you want to do is when you're creating your posts, you want to speak directly to that imaginary person, because people who have those qualities are going to be attracted to that post, and they're going to be attracted to you, and they're going to start asking you questions, and then you start building that relationship and moving forward into the business, adding them to limelight. Another thing that you want to do is when you're posting photos, if you are trying to attract like people who are retired, you probably don't want to post pictures of you partying on the beach in a skimpy bikini, right? Or maybe you do, I don't know. But for me, I'm trying to attract stay-at-home moms, so I post a lot about my kids. I post a lot about, stay-at-home life. If my house is a mess, I'll do that. Also, when you're doing like quotes or announcements or anything like that, you want to keep it consistent. So let's say if you look at Eric Worre, if you guys follow Eric Worre, he has a really consistent brand when it comes to his quotes. I think it's like a picture of him and then the photo, which I think that a lot of beauty guides do that as well. They kind of fade themselves out and then they overlay the quote on top of it, and that is fabulous. But another option that you could do is, find what color best represents you, or like a pattern or something. I know a lot of people just do black and white photos because it's clean and it's professional looking. But for me, I like to do lots of dark colors like this green, or like dark purples and golds and blues, because for me, those colors represent being bold. And that's kind of my whole mantra for this year, is just being bold. And also, I think those are like peacock colors, and for me, that's like a new start. So every time I do a quote, my background is somehow incorporating those colors, and then I'm overlaying my text on top of it, and I'm keeping that consistent throughout all of my social media profiles. People are going to start looking at you more like a business if you're consistent on all platforms. You guys, I totally have notes. So bear with me. Your banner on your personal page. This is another thing. Like I said before, you wanna really, really think about it, because it's the first thing that people are going to look at. So in my opinion, a banner needs to be either a lifestyle, maybe it's you on vacation somewhere. You want it to be like when people look at it, they say, wow, that looks awesome. Like, I want to do that. That's what you want your banner to be. The other option is to have that be your consistent brand also. So I have the peacock feathers, and then I have a quote that kind of embodies everything that I'm trying to do in my business and in my personal life. And so my quote is, be you bravely. So that is inviting people, that's letting people know, like, if you're ready to step out, hey, I'm right there with you, and let's do this together. So that's what my banner is. Let's see. Some things to think about when you are making profit posts or business posts. I think Erin Call actually did a training on this, and I watched it a few weeks ago, and she basically said anytime her customers or prospects ask a question, she uses those questions and makes it into a business post. So if somebody says, well, how do you apply the foundation? I don't know how to apply the foundation. The next day she's gonna go live and she's gonna show people how to apply the foundation, right? So you wanna actually, the questions that you're actually getting, you wanna create content for on your page, because odds are that person was not the only one with that question. Also, make sure that you're following the 80-20 rule. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's something that I follow like to a T, because I'm all about numbers and ratios and all that stuff. But 80% of your posts throughout the entire week need to be lifestyle posts. Gym, food, kids, you know, I don't know, selfies, maybe, I don't know, grocery shopping, whatever your life entails. 80% of your posts throughout the week need to be that. 20% of your posts need to be limelight in business. Now, I could go down deeper into that and start breaking down like what the percentages of how many of your lives need to be business related and how many are lifestyle related, but I think that might overwhelm you. So if that's something you're interested in, put it in the comments and then I'll message you later. But if you are new in this business, I actually recommend doing the 90-10, only because you don't want to overwhelm your audience. You don't want to be a spammer. You want to be authentic to you and then slowly incorporate the business. You need to remember to be yourself. And this is something that I struggled with for a really, really long time. I didn't know what it meant to be authentic. I was always taught that I needed to copy and paste people's posts and you know, just do what everybody else was doing. And so when I finally figured it out, I realized that it was that I needed to stop pretending to be a professional. For a while in this business, I was telling myself, well, I don't know how to blend makeup. Like, I don't know anything about makeup. So you need to be yourself. If you are not a professional makeup artist, don't be a professional makeup artist. Just invite people along your journey and have them do it with you. If you are not an ingredient nerd, don't pretend to be an ingredient nerd. I'm totally an ingredient nerd. But you guys, I guess I mess up on live every single day. Every single day. I don't know how to do my eyeshadow, but you know what? It's funny and it's relatable and it's inviting people who also don't know how to do their makeup into my business so that I can eventually teach them how to do it. And it's also showing people that you don't have to be a professional to be in a makeup business. To be successful in this, you don't have to know everything. So be yourself and don't pretend to be somebody that you're not if that's not who you authentically are. You need to get personal and you need to get vulnerable about what Limelight is doing for you. I had this post a few weeks ago. It was a live video and it kind of just hit me out of nowhere about why I was doing this, and I literally ugly cried all over Facebook. But that's the kind of thing that people want to see. They want to know why you're doing it, and because if they don't know why and they don't see the passion behind it, then again, they're just gonna think that you're just in it for the money and in it for yourself. So you have to be vulnerable, and I know that's hard for a lot of people, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, so to recap a little bit, What are we gonna post? We're gonna post images that are consistent with our brand. We're going to post photos of ourselves, and we're gonna post photos of us with the team. We're gonna post rank advancements. We're gonna post family photos. We're gonna be adding value to people's lives. So blogs, articles, live videos showing them how to put the makeup on. People respect knowledge and they respect good content. So make sure that you're really, really being aware of that. Follow the daily success formula. Again, I will post a graphic in the comments that kind of breaks it down a little bit so you can check it off if you're a check marker like myself. Post about your life. Make it personal. Stop telling people how wonderful life is. We all have ups and downs. So if you had a crappy day at home, if you're a mom and you had a crappy day, share that, but put a positive spin on it and make sure you say, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow, tomorrow's gonna be better, because people are going to relate to that. Like I said, it's reality TV for people, so you have to share your life if you wanna be successful in this business. My biggest tip would be to pick 5 things that happened in your life today and share about those things throughout the day. The last tip that I have, one more, sorry you guys, I know I'm like rambling and going really fast. You wanna get creative with your posts. So make sure that you're asking your audience questions. For example, this is one, this kind of weeds out who's miserable and who's not, and who wants a change and who doesn't. So what I would ask people would be whether or not you are getting paid for the rest of your life, what would you like to do? For most people, they're going to say, I want to travel. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Italy, right? Well, you guys, guess who gets travel perks for working their business? We do, right? So there's your in. They could have a side gig and work their business and get those travel perks. That's a way that you could bring up the opportunity. Another way that you could do it is to say, who likes to sit in 5 o'clock traffic jam? Guaranteed nobody's gonna say, I love 5 o'clock traffic jam. That's my jam, right? But to be honest, actually, I would really like 5 o'clock traffic jam, because an hour to myself would be fabulous. But most people probably are not going to say that. So that's when you ask them if they are open to learning more about what your business has to offer, and make sure that you're telling people, what this business is doing for others rather than what it actually is. Yes. But all of that is a training for a whole other time. And so I hope this was helpful, you guys. Make sure to tag your new beauty guides, because I know there was a lot of good tidbits and info in here, and I'm sure I spit it out at you really, really fast. But thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.